Good morning. We're glad you could join us for Wake Up Wiregrass. I'm Ilyana Capellan. In tonight's top headlines making news across the Wiregrass state and nation. And right now we are expecting an announcement from Governor Kay Ivey on what measures Alabama will take ahead of the expiration of her safer at home order this Friday. Joining the governor will be State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, who has spearheaded the health department's effort to manage the virus. Now, here's Governor Ivey. Since February, there were 15 million total cases being reported, and now we are reporting more than 1 million cases a week. So you can understand the severity of these numbers and the situation that the country is in. What started off as a sexual assault case in Jackson County ended in a way that the lead investigator never expected. The body of Raul Embreeze Gillian was found just off of the property here behind me late Tuesday evening. Dr. Bedsel, thank you so much for being with us today. You hold a weekly Facebook show on your personal page and give an update on the current conditions of the pandemic. Can you give me a brief COVID-19 update and tell me what you expect after this holiday week?
Thank you for having me.
The Red Cross has set up their shelter. They've been set up here since 3 p.m. today, and as you can tell behind us, they have the beds set up, blankets, everything that is needed for anybody that is looking for shelter. I am here at the Houston County Farm Center, where voters can be seen coming in waves but still lining up here behind me. They're arriving masked up and ready to cast their votes. On it, but Latinidad, what is that? You know, as soon as I heard it, I related it to that scene from Selena where Abraham is talking to Selena and Avi in the van, and he's saying, you know, we have to be Mexican enough for the Mexicans and American enough for the Americans, and it's exhausting all at the same time, you know? So what is that to you? Well, check this out. I Create is a first annual event being put together by the pastor of Destiny Church in Dothan. It'll kick off on Friday with a fashion show and creative seminar on Saturday. I get that, but listen, as a California girl, I'm all for not having storms.
You like it high and dry, don't you?
High and dry, I'm good to go.
Well, Dr. Harris, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciate everything you're doing to help keep Alabamians safe during this pandemic.
There's going to be lots of singing, dancing, lots of jolliness to be spread, and of course the Christmas tree lighting. And then comes the big event. Paige, where will the parade be taking place? We do have some results, and it is expected that it's going to be at Democratic House. Brandon, was this much of a surprise? Premiere of 2 Samuel. This is the first premiere here in Alabama, and we are here with 2 stars of the show. Hello, you guys. Thank you for having us today. You're welcome. And Nate, why don't you tell me about what loving your neighbor means, especially in this time, in this climate that we're going through right now?
Concerns over earrings in a dress code handbook caught Lynetta Powell by surprise when she found out her son could not wear earrings to school, bringing to question Title IX, which says schools can't base either a dress code or its enforcement on sex stereotypes.
Understood what the dress code is at the beginning of each year, and parents read and sign that handbook acknowledging that they understand what the dress code is.
When Elijah came home from school after a teacher told him he couldn't wear his earrings on campus, his mom went into action, taking the dress code issue straight to the school board for reconsideration.
More than anything, I wanted my son, you know, he's a homosexual boy, proud of it, and I wanted him to see that it's okay to challenge when things aren't right. Have the courage to challenge things anyhow.
For Elijah, earrings are a way of self-expression.
When I was able to fully accept myself, it was almost kind of like a release. Like, I don't have to hold anything back. I don't have a secret to keep anymore, so now I feel better. And being able to express myself with earrings is something that I've always looked at.
Superintendent Fott said this was not the first time the earring issue has been brought up to him.
Males may not wear earrings.
The rule was written years back because of safety concerns related to gang affiliations.
So we're not sure that that still applies. So what we're going to do is open it up, allow the students to wear those earrings for the remainder of the year, and we're going to see if there are issues that arise. We'll keep the rule in the book.
The Powell family sees this relaxation of the rule as a little victory.
This is a small part of a bigger picture. There's a hint of, there's an undercurrent of racism, sexism, homophobia, and a lot of our beliefs and our cultures and our rules and our regulations. And instead of editing he who is different, edit he who wants to project his own beliefs on other people, even when it's not affecting him personally.
On Wednesday, Enterprise City school principals made the announcement that boys are now allowed to wear earrings on campus. Covering local news first in Enterprise, Ilyana Capellan, WDHN News. Katie Woodham was a healthy wife and mom of 3 when she was diagnosed with COVID-19 and the flu early this summer.
I really just thought I had a cold to begin with. You know, I knew I had a weird headache. I never lost my sense of taste or smell.
Katie describes her headaches as an ice pick gauging behind her eyes and temples, and just as soon as the headaches would start, they'd be gone. Aside from the headaches, Woodham felt severe stomach cramping and said she had a dry mouth and dry eyes. Once the symptoms intensified, she finally went to the doctors.
They did my test and they said, oh, we'll just call you with the results and then we'll call you in medicine to go with it. And then about 45 minutes later, they called me and told me I had flu B and then COVID.
Woodham says she doesn't know anyone she could have gotten sick from, but attributes contracting the virus to a family trip to Florida.
You know, in Florida, they didn't have the mask laws like we had, and it was kind of before COVID got, you know, everybody was getting COVID in other places, but it was before it was prevalent here.
When Katie found out she had COVID and the flu, she decided to share her journey on Facebook to spread awareness. She informed her friends of every new symptom, including difficulty breathing, fatigue, and fevers. Since Katie was dealing with the twindemic, her doctors treated each illness separately with antibiotics, inhalers, and steroids for 3.5 weeks.
I feel like people don't understand it until they have a loved one or a family member that has experienced it. It's kind of like it's never going to happen to me. And then when it finally does, you understand it.
Katie urges the community to continue wearing face masks and taking precautions to be able to protect one another. Covering local news first in Dothan, Ilyana Capellan, WDHN News.